Messing with somebody's livelihood outside of it, even if they're in their office, messing with it the way that they're doing right now, there's no place for that. There's no justification for what's happening here.
Right now on Newspoint, a state police investigation is underway as the number of state lawmakers facing serious threats is now up to 5. These threats coming amidst the rising tensions over redistricting. And it all started this past weekend when someone sent police to State Senator Greg Good's home in Vigo County, the same day that President Trump called out Senator Good and other state Senate Republicans over their refusal to meet for a special session on redistricting. Now, 5 state senators have been targeted, including these swatting incidents where someone calls law enforcement to your home or business for a fake emergency. Swatting and the police response to it can be very dangerous. It's even led to deaths in some other cases. Tonight, Fox 59's Scarlett O'Hara explains exactly what swatting is and takes a closer look into what could be a difficult case for police to solve.
State police define a swatting incident as one where somebody with ill intention reports a false emergency, aiming to generate as large of a police response as possible at a targeted location. And so far, state senators Greg Good, Dander Nulk, Spencer Deary, Rick Niemeyer, and Kyle Walker have come forward as targets.
We've seen this happen in other places around the country, maybe once here or there in Indiana, but really here this is something new for us.
Investigators can't yet confirm any connection between the threats, how many people may be behind them, or whether those perpetrators are even making the calls from Indiana. That's where the FBI comes in.
I can assure you if it goes on the federal side, whoever's responsible for this is going to be very sorry.
Though Special Agent Timothy O'Malley says motives remain under investigation, this all comes amid rising tensions over redistricting. President Trump criticized Senator Greg Good on social media Sunday, and just hours later, Good says he was swatted over a false report of domestic violence. Similarly, Thursday morning, Senator Spencer Deary says police received a report of domestic abuse at his address, and there would be, quote, a threat of violence to any officers who responded, adding that the attempt was preceded the night before by somebody sending an unpaid pizza delivery to his home, as if to say, quote, we know where you live. Soon, FBI investigators hope to say the same about those behind the attacks.
We have technical resources so we can help track down people no matter where they are. If they're here in Indiana, we'll get you. If you're overseas, it'll take us a while, but we'll eventually get there too.
Agent O'Malley wants to be clear. These aren't harmless pranks. They're serious crimes that could pose danger for police and targets and will be treated as such. We spoke with an IU law professor who says on the state side, perpetrators could face level 6 or 5 felonies for swatting. But federal consequences may soon reflect just how seriously national leaders say they're taking it.
There's a federal statute, a bill right now that's pending in both the House and the Senate for consideration that would specifically address swatting at both in terms of reports of federal or state crimes that could result in harsh federal penalties as well.
State senators who've spoken openly about being targets are now condemning political intimidation tactics, while police inch closer to holding someone accountable for them.
My intent, my goal is to make sure that this ends and that people understand the seriousness of it before someone gets hurt.
In Indianapolis, Scarlett O'Hara, Fox 59 News.
Scarlett, thank you. State Treasurer Daniel Elliott says he's appalled by the threats and the attacks. His office is actually in charge of Indiana's 911 dispatchers, and he says he's calling for a review of dispatch protocols surrounding these false reports. We also caught up today with Indiana Governor Mike Braun, who had this to say about these incidents.
We can stand for none of that. This is about a political discussion that can't have any of that. What can be done to prevent it, I don't know. But all I'm saying is, governor, leader of the state, stop it. I think it boils down to personal responsibility to not do something stupid.
Now, this is something we're following closely here in the coming days. We'll talk about it with our panel Sunday morning on In Focus. We'll have all the latest developments, discussion with the panelists, and much more from my one-on-one interview this week with Governor Mike Braun, Sunday morning at 9:30 right here on Fox 59.